All right, you guys, here it is. The common mistakes on the speed bag and how to fix them. I've been thinking about recording this for some time because people have been asking me about certain bad habits they have. So here it is, right? Let's start with the height of the bag. The bag shouldn't be too high for you. Even if other people look really good at it, but you don't, it doesn't mean you should go high. The bag shouldn't be too low where you risk hitting the board. The bag should be just right for you. If it's unadjustable, I can't help you there, right? So, but if it's adjustable, remember, adjust the bag to your height and to your comfort zone, safely. So, let's get into it. I wrote a list and hopefully we'll be able to cover all of them. The first bad habit people learn early on the bag is when they're starting, one hand sits here by the belly and the other hit the bag. Here's the first good habit to have. Both fists on your mouth level, right here. Preferably attached to your face. The attachment to your face gives you a memory feeling, so you remember to bring your hands back to the face. Both hands here. Arms shouldn't be too flared out, shouldn't be too square, right? It's gonna be just a little bit comfortable in here. The punching should come from your forearm and a little bit of your shoulder, right? Don't use your forearm by itself. Try to have that circular motion going, right? Keep your shoulder relaxed. Bad habit number 2, people punching from this part of the fist or in this form. Your elbow should be flared, right? So if you have this bad habit, easy fix. Flare your arm and punch in a circular motion with your fist. Not like, it's not a piston, right? An engine piston. I hope you can imagine that. It's a circular from the fist. You want to use this part of your hand to attack the bag. Notice my left hand stays here, right? Another bad habit, as I said, people drop the hand. Back to your face. A very common habit, hitting too hard and pausing. So you don't ever want to keep your hand down under the bag. The move does not end there. The move ends here where it started. The move starts and finishes by your mouth. This is how you fix that. You stand in front of the bag, you punch the bag once, make sure this comes back here. Don't worry about how many times the bag moves. Don't be obsessed with catching the bag. Be obsessed with learning the trick first. Then you can catch the bag like a pro. So, finish where you started. Facing you on. This is where the move finishes. Left or right. None of this. You can make it work, right? I'll make it work. Even at faster pace. But when you learn more tricks and cooler tricks, you're not going to be able to keep up with the bag because it's going to be moving very fast. So remember early on, throw your hand back to your face. What else we have? Okay, bending the wrist. So when we were learning the straight curl, I see a lot of fighters do this with their hand. They tackle the bag by bending the wrist. There's never bending the wrist in boxing, ever. We never ever want to do this with our hands. So instead of bending the wrist to hit in the center like that, right, rotate. Open your body up a little bit, pull your right shoulder back, and attack straight. On the left side, straight. I can still hit it in the center, straight. And when I curl my hand, I don't punch with the back of the fist. So it's straight, curl like that. Straight, curl, straight, curl, straight, curl. No turning off the wrist. Okay. One of the most common complaints I hear about people hitting the bag is losing control of the bag, and that could happen in different forms, right? You could, the bag is going to the left when you punch it, right? Or it goes to the right. And the reason for that is you're not hitting the bag in the center. Point of impact from your hand on the bag should be centered. If you punch the bag, here I'm going to give you this point of view. If you punch the bag from the side here, right, the bag is going to go to this direction. And if you punch it from this side, it's going to go to this direction. And you're going to end up with the bag all over the place, right? And it's going to be really hard hitting the bag. You always want to try to bring your hand, both hands have to hit the bag on the same point. Head on straight, right? Straight to control where the bag is going to go. The bag is going to move the way you hit it, unless the bag is deformed. Some bags are deformed and they wobble naturally. In that case, you're better off getting yourself a new bag. But if the problem is you, which in most cases it is, right? Just try to focus on hitting the bag in the center every time. See, it's centered. You can go a little faster on it too. I'm going to hit it from the side now. See, right away, change direction. As soon as I change the point of impact, it will change direction. So the answer is hit it in the center. Focus on hitting it in the center. Another wobbly problem that happens is when the bag goes like this. This happens to a lot of people. And the reason for that, it's the timing when you hit the bag, right? And it's an angular. So if the bag is already past the sweet spot and it's here and you hit it on the side, right? It's going to do that rotation thing. So how do you fix that? It's when to hit it. It's the sweet spot. The sweet spot is right here. This is the sweet spot. It's not here, and it's definitely not here. If you hit the bag here in this sweet spot, on this spot, not sweet spot, you're going to end up with what I call the flick. You heard that, right? I'm sure some of you heard that when they're practicing on it. That's called, I call it the flick. It's because you're waiting on the bag too long, and it ends up hitting, you end up hitting it from the bottom. So the sweet spot is here. Remember that. If you're waiting for the sweet spot before you attack the bag, it's too late. You can't rely on just your eyesight. You got to rely on your rhythm and timing, right? So, especially as you advance and you become better at this, you want to have a feel to how fast the bag moves. If it's not your bag, clearly it's going to require some practice with it before you get the hang of it and see how fast the bag rebounds. Let me see what else I need to cover. All right, so this trick, right? Look at this. This is the most popular trick everybody wants to learn, and it has so many problems. First problem is people put their hands in front of their face under themselves. Does it work? Of course it does. Can you make it work really fast for you? Of course it does. Do you really want to go fast? Put your hands by your ear, both hands, right? Being in the front here, it's a little awkward to go fast, tackling the bag. You can make it work, but it's not going to be as cool looking and as fast as both hands coming by your ear. Here, tilt your head to the side a little bit. Maybe you side stand a little bit so your hands will be centered with the bag. And bring your left hand, especially your left hand, all the way back to the bag. Another bad habit or mistake people do here is the separation of the hands on this trick, which means, or looks like this. Your hands on this trick have to move against each other. They have to move at the same time. This is the best way to practice this without the bad habit. Start, if you're a righty, with your right, obviously, if you're righty, both hands coming to your right side of the face. If you're lefty, they're coming to the left side of the face, right? So don't practice righty as a righty if you're a lefty. I'm using the righty because I'm a righty, but you lefties, just reverse everything. This is how we start this trick. Right hand by your ear, left hand under the bag, elbow flared, right? My right hand is going to attack the bag. At the same time, my left hand is going to drag back and replace my right hand. And I'm just going to hold. If my position is wrong, I'm going to fix it, right? And then my left hand is going to attack the bag, and my right hand is going to retreat at the same time. And I wait here. That was terrible. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Don't start, if you're not comfortable hitting the bag, don't start going really fast. Not yet, right? Just pause a little bit, fix your hand position, switch hands. The idea at this stage, if you're a beginner, is not to look like a pro. The idea is to learn the technique correctly. Once you learn and you have a good technique, you can go faster. Speed comes later. First is technique. One hand under the bag, one hand by your ear, they switch position. Also, let's not be overzealous and drop the hand all the way down, because you're not going to be able to recover fast enough from the bag, from the punch, and then you're going to end up being very slow. The wobble, side to side, did that. Back spins around, we did that also. We did that, and hands moving. Actually, that's about it. That's the list I have for you guys. These are the most common mistakes I see at this level, right, with these three different tricks, which is the regular, the straight curl, and the side to side. With the doubles, is a different story. We'll talk about that in the future. But for now, remember, slow down. Speed is the enemy of technique. If you're a beginner, slow down and learn the trick correctly, and then you can build up your speed. Thank you. Practice well. And if you guys need some other pointers, please leave them in the comment. Thank you.